Namaste, all my friends, colleagues, and associates in travel trade. My name is Milind Babar, and I am the founder, chairman, and managing director of Mango Holidays. After seeing my Marathi video on Facebook, many of my friends requested me to express my views in English also, hence this attempt. Today, I'll express my views on how will the tourism business look like post COVID-19. After the unexpected attack by this deadly virus called Corona, my tourism world is in a state of shock, in anxiety, and is worried about its future. Had someone told me in the month of January that the travel industry will collapse so badly within next 3 months, I would have certainly laughed it out. Everything was going on so well till January. There was so much of enthusiasm and excitement in the air. What will the new year have in store for us? Which new destination should we launch? How and where to advertise? What new can we offer to our old guests? How can we innovate our seminars? Looking for new franchisee partners, updating sales and marketing teams, tour managers trainings were on card, meeting the vendors, reservations of airlines and hotels were being finalized, and then unexpectedly Corona catches us unaware, like an anaconda, slowly tightening up its grip and engulfing the prey. When we heard about this pandemic for the first time, no one had expected it to be so dreadful and it will transmit with such a deadly speed. But when we saw all developed countries like US, Italy, England, Germany, France, Switzerland, along with Japan and Singapore, with all their resources, knowledge, wealth, ultra-modern hospitals and best of the doctors, going on their knees, helpless and surrendering to this virus, it was then that the alarms started ringing. Such big countries with their powerful leaders, big corporates, their experience and smart directors all looked helpless and defeated. No one knew what to do and how to do. Everyone was in a state of shock and confusion. Even the world leaders were clueless whether they should save the people or should they save the economy. Then came the lockdown. The whole world came to a standstill. Everyone in his or her own capacity started worrying about the future by analyzing the situation. Due to this sudden lockdown, many families got separated for months. Offices, factories, shops, air travel, trains, cars, roads, everything got closed. The world, which was running with the clock, just stopped like a statue. Some people lost their jobs, some were sent on unpaid leaves, and some suffered salary cuts. Thousands of laborers started walking for miles with their families. The loved ones of our doctors and nurses got worried. Policemen and bankers also became warriors. Daily count of positive patients and the percentage of deaths were very scary. And due to all this, the economy was in a complete doldrum. Calamities like earthquake or storm or an extremist attack came in the past also, but their effects remain only for a specific time span, and normalcy returns within 2 to 3 months. But this time span of corona is extremely unpredictable, because of which there is a lot of anxiety in the air, and you feel like meeting someone, but at the same time you feel scared also. This is the first time in our lives that we have not moved out of the house for 4 consecutive months. Maids and drivers are not allowed to come. This has made all of us wash the dishes, cook the food, jhadu, pocha, bring grocery, and so on. The government is also in a state of dilemma, and by issuing different advisories, they are adding on to our confusion, and then common man is getting more and more worried. To Add to our problems, a storm by the name Nisarga hit us, causing huge damage to the state coastline. And now, to top it all, the Chinese have created a war-like situation. If you look at tourism, it is normally at the bottom of people's priority list. People may take loans for housing, loans for children's education, loans for some medical emergencies, but almost no one will take loans for traveling. When all the responsibilities are over, people have spare money and they have free time also. That's the time probably majority of them think of traveling, and unfortunately the fear of corona has made it still harder. Many people may think, why put ourselves in trouble by traveling? What difference will it make to us if we don't travel for a year or two? It is quite natural to get such thoughts in tourist minds. People today are scared to touch the elevator buttons also. We are wiping everything with Dettol that comes home. Today, when moving out of the house, we get worried of contracting the infection unknowingly. If the tour operators, airlines, hoteliers, coach companies, tourism boards, and respective governments are able to make the people come over this fear and convince them that tourism is safe and how we are taking care of their safety and health, only then will normalcy return to tourism. Our top priority should be to remove the fear from people's minds. How do you remove this fear? For this, we will have to study about what fears people may have. If I use a taxi, Uber or Ola, will I get infected? If the taxi driver is a carrier, will I get infected? The hotel in which I am going to stay, will it be sanitized? If yes, how? If some infected person had stayed in my room on the previous night, will I get infected? Will they change the blankets and pillow covers? Will they wash my towels with those of others infected? Chef and kitchen team who are going to make my meals, will they be COVID free, healthy and fine? Will I be able to do sightseeing? Will those places be crowded? Can they maintain social distancing there? How many people will be there in my coach? What will happen if I get corona symptoms after I go there, and so on. Actually, tourism has become an integral part of today's modern lifestyle. Due to corona, people are forced to sit at home for almost 4 months now, because of which they are bored, they are under psychological pressures, worrying about the future, and the accrual remedy to this is to travel to the places of your liking and your choice and unwind. All the countries of the world, their leaders, doctors, scientists are working day and night to create a vaccine for corona. It will be created for sure, and that too in next 8 to 10 months. Once the vaccine is there, then the fear of corona and fear of traveling will automatically subside, and people will travel with greater intensity and greater speed due to reverse denial or revenge buying effect. They were denied traveling for all these months, hence they will want to travel more intensely due to revenge mentality. Therefore, there is no doubt in my mind that travel will start again, but at this point of time, no one can predict when. Some experienced people from the travel trade are saying that the normalcy in tourism will return by March 2021. But I feel due to the bad economic conditions, job losses, salary cuts, fear of corona, social pressure, it will all change the buying pattern of the people for sure. I myself am fond of best of the shoes and best of the watches. Today I have 4 pairs of Nike shoes, each worth of rupees 16,000, and I add to it 1 pair almost every 6 months. Today my shoe rack is chock-a-block full of shoes. But after Corona, I have decided not to buy any shoes till all the shoes in my shoe rack are completely worn and torn. This is the effect of Corona. And whenever I buy shoes in future, I will not buy a Nike of 16,000 for sure, but I'll buy a Bata worth 3,000. Same goes with watches. I have been buying expensive and branded Swiss watches almost every year, but I have decided not to buy any more watches from now on. Anything that I buy, not only I will think twice, but I will buy it only if it is a necessity. That's discreet buying. And in that also, along with the price, not buying foreign goods will be a deciding factor. I feel this difference in buying pattern of the people will be very prominent post Corona. I've been frequently asked by the media as to when will the normalcy return to tourism. I feel normalcy should return in phases from September 2021. First 20% of the people will travel in March 2021 for business purpose. The vaccine is also expected to arrive around that time. 40% of the people with little adventurous nature will travel on leisure in September 2021. If the experience of above travelers is good and if vaccine is there, then 20% will move out in the month of March 2022, and last 20% may think, why travel and take risks? Nothing will happen if we don't travel for a year or two. And if this happens, then tour operators should be prepared mentally and financially to face such situations. How to manage office expenses, staff salaries, bank interest and installments when there is no income for the next 18 months is going to be the biggest challenge. I thank you all very much for taking out time to listen to my thoughts. Namaste.